Hello, 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 and welcome to this first part of three mini trilogy. Now, what is this all about? A trilogy, of course, means three. So, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you will hear from me. Why is it a mini trilogy? Is it any less valuable than a massive trilogy? No. But because I know that many of you are spinning plates, putting your stuff and your work out there in the world, and looking to be even more visible, I wanted to keep the timelines of these short. So, for around 15 to 20 minutes today, I'm going to share some great stuff with you. And I'm going to start by asking the question that I put in the title of this. Where are you? Like, imagine that I'm looking around and trying to find you. Now, contrary to popular belief, this isn't about me being a visibility queen or the queen of being seen and wanting loads of people to be here to watch me live. This is about the challenges that I face when I'm trying to recommend you. So, whether you are a professional or consider yourself a professional, whether you're a founder of a company, some of you are business owners, some of you speak a lot or want to speak even more. Some of you are authors and you've poured your heart out, like your blood, sweat, and tears out over your pages, and you want more people to know about your book. And for others, it's around the message. You have a message that you know needs sharing in the world, and you want more people to know about it. I think about the people in my community. I think about the businesses they run. You know, there's somebody that helps people with invisible illnesses. Do you know how difficult it is when you have an illness that somebody can't see and you're just trying to go about your life in your own way? And on top of that, you want to start a business, and sometimes you have to press the pause button. Maybe you experience large amounts of pain. Maybe you experience large amounts of anxiety about the things that you do. There's other people out there that are looking to change the world with a really significant message. All of these things make a difference to people. All of these things make a difference to people's lives, but people won't know that it's you that they come to because they're literally looking out and going, "Where are you? Like, where are you?" So, on today's video, I want to talk about why this is so important, what it actually is, and sometimes it comes up with what it isn't, and what happens when people can't find you. And I'll share a short story, and then tomorrow I'll come back and talk about resonation, not resignation, but resonating. So, what happens when somebody resonates with you? And funnily enough, when it comes to being visible, that's one of the biggest fears that a lot of people have about putting themselves out there. What if I sound boring? What if people are disinterested in what I do? What if I don't make a difference? What if? So tomorrow I'll be diving deeper into this. So, first of all, like, where are you? What do I mean by where are you? Well, let me give you a quick story. Earlier, early in the morning, a few weeks ago, I was looking at somebody's profile. And the reason for this is I'm very aware of the work that they do. I'm very aware of the difference that they make in the world. And like most of us who have our own businesses, we sometimes spin plates and wear the hat of, marketeer, salesperson, accountant, bookkeeper, strategist, and presenter. We wear so many hats and we spin so many plates. And quite often we're kind of looking for almost like the next piece of business or the next client or more people knowing a little bit more about what we do. And one of the things that I did when I was looking for this particular person was I checked their profile and I was just looking at their videos. And this person does such amazing stuff in the world. But what was interesting to me was that the only videos that I could see were client testimonials. And this interests me because as a business owner, whether we like it or not, we have to put ourselves out there. And one of the quickest ways to do that is by video. Now, why do I say this? Well, many of you know that as the Queen of Being Seen, the visibility queen, known as the Queen of Being Seen. I became the Queen of Being Seen because in 2010, when I started this business, I inadvertently, because it was quite accidentally, but I inadvertently created 5 pillar system. And these were the 5 essential elements to being visible, so that people could see more of what you do, to being heard, so that people took you seriously and your message landed with them, and also for being seen. So when I say being seen, it's easy for us to pay for people to put our video or put our posts, or, some people even pay for followers just to bolster your visibility. But what you really want is you really want to be seen for who you are. So you want to be able to convey a message. You want to be able to encourage people. You want to be able to support people. You want to be able to inspire people. And that inspiration might not be motivational inspiration. That inspiration might be something you've said's inspired me, and now I'm going to go off and do the thing that you've been talking about. And so many times we want to be able to do that with other people. But if they don't get a sense of who you are, or they don't know what you're about, they can't do it. So with this particular person, it was to recommend them to an organization so that they could um, basically have a gig with the organization to talk about their area of expertise. And all I found video wise on their page were a couple of client testimonials. So this is great that the clients gave the video testimonials, but what it meant was I had no sense of this person. Some people take it a step further and they don't ever publish photos of themselves. They fear that they might be too showy, too out there, too much. But actually, when somebody is looking to work with you and to work with your work or to work with your business, they want to find out a bit more about you. So as I scrolled and had a look through their profile, I saw what 3 of their clients looked like, but there were absolutely 0 videos from these people. Now, when I created the 5 pillars, the first pillar, which I always do that, is a V. If you look behind me there, sorry, it's mirror image. Up there is the V, because that's the first pillar. And that pillar represents 3 things: your ability to be visible, your ability to have and create a vision, and also to hold the vision so that you see it clearly, but so that other people can see it too. And the third part of that is video. And I start with video because even when people show up confidently on camera, they often have some trepidation about stuff. So I get people that just don't show up on camera because they hate the thought of it. It makes them nervous. They feel too egotistical or something else like that. I've got people who are used to showing up on camera and they say, I don't need confidence to show up on camera. I'm great as I am. Thank you very much. And that's cool too. But the thing with them is a bit like when you've been driving around the farm in a car, without your license, is that you can really get into bad habits. And those bad habits leave this particular segment of people feeling really frustrated because they're not getting the results that they wanted to. So people will tell me, well, I tried video, it didn't really work for me, so I let it go. And the truth is, under that first pillar of visibility, remember I said it's visibility, it's vision, and it's video. The tip here is to be able to master all of those. And most people will be stronger in one field than another. So in mine, I can video all day long. I can speak from a stage all day long. Does it mean I don't get nervous about it? Absolutely not. But it means that I can just do it at the drop of a hat. And the reason for that is because I've been doing this, like my own work, the Vibes system, since 2010, consciously since 2010, and subconsciously for a couple of decades before that. So it's important to be ready to put yourself out there, and it's important that you don't hide. I'm going to take a sip of my raspberry and echinacea tea. Forgive the slurp there. That was very yucky. But anyway, I digress. So in this video, I want to help you to answer the question that was in the title of this, like, where are you? The reason why it's so important for you to be out there and be visible isn't from a place of ego, isn't because you want to be pushy, isn't because you want to be forcing people into your work and selling your stuff 24/7. And it likely isn't because you want to be a big star. Now, some people want that, and there's various different visibility tracks you can go down if you want to be a big star. If you want to be known for what you do or have your work more known, visibility is for you. But if you're doing it just to be famous, and you don't really know what it is you want to be famous for, that's a different modality that's needed. It's not wrong. I don't class it as right, wrong, good, bad. It's just different. So on this video, or today's video, I want to kind of take you through a bit of a checklist of things to make sure you're doing this. Because if you're a founder, a business owner, a CEO, somebody who's responsible for people knowing about your work, knowing about what you do, and you want to invite new people into your world, as well as keeping, people that are already in your world, to grow into more of what you do. In order to be able to sell your stuff, you need to have some level of visibility. But between the gap of being able to sell yourself, your value, your work, what you bring to the world, and that visibility, you really need to hone how you speak about your work. And the different mediums, the video, the speaking, the writing, is all important. How you share online, not necessarily on social media, because I have many clients who prefer not to use social media, and it is completely doable. I don't know why people think it isn't. If you don't believe me, look at the work of Cal Newport. Cal Newport is a 8 times New York best-selling author and has never had a social media profile. Didn't stop him. So if you're thinking it can't be done, look to those people, businesses, that have emulated it for you even. Okay, so if you aren't able to sell your value, sell yourself, or speak about what you do, and you're not comfortable in your own skin, meaning that when you show up as a version of somebody else, like you put on a persona, so that when people meet you in person, you're very different to how you are on screen. This isn't going to work for you, and it's going to frustrate you. In order to do that, you need to be great at telling not only the story of you, but the story of the work, how it came about, or how it maybe has been life-changing or transformational for you, for a company, for the world. And in order to do that, you need to be able to do it with impact. Now, impact is around leaving an impression on people. It's not about molding yourself into an impression of what people think you should be. It's about showing up and being authentically you. And many people will gravitate towards that and love it. Others won't, but that's not up to you. It's your job to show up and put yourself out there, as much as you can. So in order to do that, it's easy to say, well, just be more visible. But how do you do that? How do you be more visible? Well, there's lots of different ways you can do it. But on this trilogy, I'm going to talk about video. Video is still one of the most overlooked ways of doing it. And people often assume that video means, especially as a business owner, that you make a video or do something on TikTok or make a reel or make a video that you post out on social media. But video has always been and is currently even more than that. Video is about how you show up when you're live streaming, whether it's with your own private clients, whether it's somebody else's clients or a group. Video is about how you convey your credibility and share your value when you're delivering a webinar. Video is about how you show up on a Teams meeting or Zoom meeting. Video is about how you convey your credibility and that you're the right fit person when you're having an online meeting and you want somebody to pick you, hire you, and you're pitching to them too. Video can be, and I've used this just today, a way of making contact and reaching out to a total stranger and letting them know that they're in a safe pair of hands. You're not a spammer, you're not about to, try and force them into something that they don't want to do. So it's a very quick way to accelerate your know, like, trust factor. Think about this. There are a gazillion ways that can make you top of mind and more visible. It could be a quick 60-second video to a contact that you've had for a while and you want to speak to them. They can see your face, they can feel your energy, they can feel your vibe. It could be that you've had a new client that started with you, so you want to build that connection from the get-go. It could be that you want more consistency, and you want more consistency when sharing your work. This is one of the things that people tell themselves: I can do this. I'm just going to put a date in the diary. I'm just going to get started. Then they get started and usually they stop. And this is not a lack of confidence. This is because they're not often sure what to say, how to position the work they do, how to come across in a way that's clear and credible, how to convey their offers on screen. And there's 6 very key elements of doing that. How to ask people to step in or take the next step with them, how to invite people into attending their event or, attending their group or, joining an online group or an online forum, how to get people to buy their book, how to be magnetic and authentic in a way because they just don't like doing video. Well, there's a number of different ways that you can do that. But I thought I'd come on here today just to start the process of you asking yourself, like, where are you? Imagine that you are going to put you forward to, I don't know, your dream organization or your dream client, and you're looking for evidence that you exist online. And like I say, this doesn't mean that you have to be on social media or on every social media. But is there any evidence that you exist? Can somebody get a sense of who you are and what you do? I had a meeting this morning, a very brief meeting. And when I joined the meeting, the person kind of facilitating it said, "Oh, have you met before?" And I said, yes, because I'd met the person years ago in the flesh. I'd met them on a previous meeting. But they said, yes, I've just seen Jenny. And I was thinking, going through my head in my meetings, where do they mean? And of course, they'd seen my LinkedIn profile and they were like, yeah, I've just seen you on there. Of course I have. This is what builds the know, like, trust factor. And if somebody isn't for you, they know that quickly too. They don't bombard your feed with, controversial statements or cantankerous comments or anything like that. It just shows them that they're for you. So if you show up on screen and you're so nervous about it, or you're so kind of building your credibility, to the nth degree that you show up and perform, what happens is that performance blocks the authentic you. That performance, if it's not to somebody's flavor or taste, is what turns them off you. So you're going to hear me talking a lot about confidence on camera. And if you feel that you need a bit more confidence on video, then you're going to want to lean into what I share. If you are already confident on video, but you feel you need more credibility on video, then you're going to love what I'm going to share. If you've ever been asked to do a video by someone or from someone and time has just kind of slipped by and you didn't get around to it, then you're definitely going to want to hear what I share in this trilogy. And if you have been on video, you've been out there and you know it's time to boost your profile and raise your professional profile, put your work out there and be taken even more seriously because you're not messing around and you've got a message to share, then you're definitely going to want to listen to the next ones of these. So having a look at my timer, we're at 19 minutes and about 15 seconds. That means I've got 45 seconds to ask you kindly, have a watch of this. And if this is you, then let me know where in the world you're watching from and what you do. Just put it in the comments below this video. And if there's someone else that you know really needs to hear this, maybe somebody in your life or somebody in your friend circle or peer circle who has maybe started a business or been in business for a while and they want to take it to the next level, share this video with them. You'll be able to watch this video on YouTube. which is at Jenny Kovacs. On LinkedIn, I'm Jenny Kovacs. And on this Queen of Being Seen Facebook page, which is at Visibility Vibe without the S. I'll see you tomorrow, where we'll talk more about resonance and its importance. Bye for now.